Hi guys, welcome to the class. I'm so glad you decided to join me. I'm really excited about what this course is going to do for your freelance business because it's really going to kick things up and take things to the next level by introducing products. Products really change the game. They have for me anyway. And I really want to just take a few minutes really quickly and just share a bit of my story. The reason why I do this is because I think by putting the whole concept of products into a story, it puts it all into context. And that way you can kind of relate and imagine how this can actually relate to your own life, your own story, your own journey. In my life, I actually began working in design as a freelancer. I was working in a variety of different places first for a while, but I found that my best form of design was really working for myself, which I love. And I began working as a freelancer, working on music related packaging, promotional materials, the entertainment industry, the wine and spirits industry. These are the kind of industries that I found myself working in when it came to graphic design and illustration. And I developed a variety of clients. Some of them were corporate, some of them were bands and rock artists. But this is the kind of stuff I began to work in when I was doing my freelance design. I did that for many years. I also modeled by day. I worked as a fashion model for many years. So I kind of balanced all these things, and it was kind of great because I was able to be a freelancer and work from anywhere. So if I was traveling, I was able to work. If I was at home, it was all kind of awesome. So it just worked out really well for my lifestyle. However, I came to the point in my life where I really wanted to find my voice even more as an artist and really narrow my niche and really began to focus more and more on one style. I just wanted to find out who I was as an artist. I really wanted to narrow my focus. And so I decided to launch 12 art prints on Etsy. Now, Etsy is like one of my favorite things. I love Etsy. If you haven't checked out Etsy yet, you should do because it's an amazing place for artists like us, illustrators, crafters, hand letterers to really get noticed in a really noisy world. And so I wanted to just kind of try my hand at art prints. Now, as I did that, what ended up happening was a whole bunch of amazing things happened. I got noticed right away and I got featured on something called fab.com, which at the time was doing flash sales. So I suddenly went from not having anybody know who I was to suddenly having thousands of people buying my art products online on Fab. Now, Fab has obviously changed. If you look that up now, it's changed its format. Now I believe it's selling more like based on seasons. So you have to kind of do like the traditional go in and have a buyer look at your stuff and things like that. But at the time, it was as though I went from just working for one client at a time to then being presented to buyers, whether they were store buyers or whether they were customer buyers. But immediately it's like I went from, working on one client at a time to working in front of a ton of people. And so this immediately kickstarted my whole business into having a product line that was successful. After that, I actually got asked to do a licensing deal with a brilliant, amazing company called Land of Nod, which is a children's retailer in America. And so that was another amazing thing that happened where I actually had some of my art prints, they were converted into canvases for their customers in their shop. And it was an amazing experience. And I really loved it. It really opened my eyes to the concept of selling into stores and really growing in that way. As a result of that, I continued to sell on Etsy and I continued to have fab sales and I continued to look for new licensing opportunities. But as a result of that, I actually got more and more into the idea of wholesale, where I began to sell my art products into wholesale. So as you can see, one small decision really trickled on into the next several decisions, the next several opportunities. And so that's why I'm so excited about this course, because when you take one step, it leads to the next, and it leads to the next, and leads to the next. So you're taking one step by taking this course to find out about how to create product line and also the benefits of doing a product line. But I really believe that this is a really cool part of your journey because you don't really know what's on the other side of you stepping out. And so that's why I want to really encourage you to really buckle in and to really listen and really take in the next 10 things I'm going to share with you, because these next 10 benefits could actually be life-changing for some of you. For me, it actually enabled me to be home with my daughter a lot more. It enabled me to have a freedom of lifestyle, to work when I want, to set my own schedule, to work anywhere I want. Like, for example, my husband and I, we might go and travel and be like literally in California. He might be surfing on the beach and I'm literally just creating literally on the beach. And that's really fun. That's a really cool benefit. I could be in a cafe somewhere developing new ideas, developing new products. I could be, meeting with a friend who's also a designer in the middle of the day, who's also a freelancer and who's also developing products. And this is the kind of lifestyle that I really wanted. And so some of you might be kind of wondering, how do people do that? How do people kind of quit their day job and go off and have this kind of freedom of lifestyle and be creative? Now, these are some of the ways you can do that. I'm not telling you to quit your day job yet, but I do want to encourage you that it is possible for you to live the lifestyle you want to live and to have a product line that actually really represents you as a brand. Because that's the beauty of doing this is you're not just becoming an artist or a designer, which is great. I love being an artist and I'm a designer, so I get that. But what you're doing is you're actually stepping into a different realm and you're actually becoming a brand. And that's really the power of creating a product line, is that you are no longer just being associated as a one person illustrator, designer, or hand letterer, but you're actually a brand that you're representing. And you are the forefront of that brand and you're the creative mind behind that brand. And so many opportunities just open up to you. And those are the opportunities I'm going to share with you in the next section. So buckle in and maybe get a notepad and a piece of paper, a pen, just to get some notes going, because as I'm talking in these next 10 sections, I really believe that your mind is going to start really turning and getting really great ideas. I want you to make sure to write those ideas down. And at the end of the course, I'm going to give you a special challenge that I want you to share with us in the project section. So join me in the next section and let's get started.